ready, Staten Island. It's time to celebrate 5 years of Ferry Hawks baseball. Come out to the ballpark this week as the Ferry Hawks welcome in the Charleston Dirty Birds May 5th through the 10th. Grab the kids and come on out. We kick it off on Tuesday, May 5th with Cinco de Baseball with $5 tickets and $5 food and beverage specials. And we end the week as we celebrate all moms on Mother's Day. Moms get in free. Visit ferryhawks.com now to lock in your seats. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
Law enforcement in America. Spent this evening thinking about it. I want to talk about it. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. When I say law enforcement, I am specifically talking about the scapegoating of police officers, federal officers, state police officers around the country. It has to stop. It is reckless. It is dangerous against the men and women of law enforcement. But how do we go about achieving that goal? The first thing is obvious to say. Stop saying bad things about police officers. Stop jumping up in their faces and so on. But how do we actually achieve that goal? That's what I want to talk to you about this hour. That's what I want you to talk to me about this hour. But we are beginning with former mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani, out of ICU and apparently out of the hospital. His son, Andrew Giuliani, declaring his dad is a true warrior. This from Fox News.
We are receiving word former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani is making a recovery from pneumonia after being hospitalized over the weekend. A spokesperson for Giuliani's team posting this on X, quote, Mayor Rudy Giuliani is recovering from pneumonia. On September 11th, Mayor Giuliani ran toward the towers to help those in need, which later led to a diagnosis of restrictive airway disease. This condition adds complications to any respiratory illness, and the virus quickly overwhelmed his body, requiring mechanical ventilation to maintain adequate oxygen and stabilize his condition. He is now breathing on his own with his family and primary medical provider at his side. Mayor Giuliani is the ultimate fighter, as he has demonstrated throughout his life, and he is winning this battle. Any updates on the former mayor, we will bring it to you as soon as new information comes in.
And so when you consider where we started out at the other night in terms of his health condition, and now he's out of ICU, I can only say, folks, I really believe that your prayers worked. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. Demonizing the men and women of law enforcement throughout the country. A story we told you the other day. Police captain in New York City. What did he do to get transferred? All he did was criticize the mayor of New York City. The mayor, his wife, she can say anything she wants, including racist posts, and get away with it. And the mayor says, look, she's not in government. Now, yes, police officers have a responsibility once the uniform is on. And this captain was in uniform. But as a result of him making some critical comments about Mamdani, he has now been transferred officially. This from News 12.
Mayor Zohran Mamdani is saying it's expendable.
An NYPD captain is being disciplined by the department after this video has gone viral of him criticizing Mayor Zohran Mamdani. Captain James Wilson was captured on camera in Bushwick Saturday night, calling the mayor a, quote, embarrassment and total nonsense. He also goes on to say that Mamdani is not his mayor and that Democrats are a, quote, waste of human race.
Well, you know what, Captain? You've been transferred. And the way this works, folks, let's just say for New York City, if you love working in the Bronx and you're being punished, you're transferred to Staten Island. If you love working in Staten Island, you are transferred to the Bronx. But as we see all this demonizing of law enforcement throughout the country, here is something that I want you to consider. What you are about to hear is actual body cam audio. Body cam audio. New York City, a woman near the Brooklyn Bridge in the East River, and her cat, or a cat, is also in the water in a little bit of a separate area. Officer goes in, uniform on. Do you know what could have happened to this officer? He goes in, uniform on, saves the woman, then goes back and saves the cat. I want you to put that in your pipe and smoke it the next time that you're criticizing law enforcement. This is raw audio from what actually happened.
84 Adam, she's in the water with a cat. Yeah, she's in the water.
We got NYPD. NYPD.
The cat. Pull. Greg, come on, go get the cat. The cat.
Your cat is okay. What happened? You okay? You okay?
So, when you criticize law enforcement, think about that. This officer going in that water, wet, God only knows what's in that water. And we see your telephone calls in terms of germs and so on. And this officer did the right thing. Think about that when you're criticizing police officers, right? So now let's go to Jacksonville, Florida. Jacksonville, an officer who happens to also be a pastor. He's called as a backup of a situation where a man is on the bridge about to jump. The officer spends 40 minutes talking him down. Ultimately, once the man came down, the officer broke down in tears in his car in a private moment. This is what happened as he told his story. The officer to Fox News.
Whatever you're going through, man, you can get through it. Now listen, man, listen. You can get through this. Come on, let's talk about it for a minute. Can I at least have a prayer with you? You believe in prayer, I know that. Can I at least have a prayer with you? You mind if I just hold your hand and pray with you? Come on, man, touch my hand. Touch it from this side. Look at my hand. Just touch my hand. Just touch my hand, man. I'm praying with you. You're hurting, but if you jump, you're going to hurt other people. And they're going to be hurting just like you're hurting now. The cycle got to stop of hurt. The sight of hurt got to stop.
I know you got a lot going on. You do. But whatever, if you should make that jump, it is going to be 100 times worse for everyone you care about. I know you don't want to do that to them.
Ruin them. Come on, man. Come on, please. There you go, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. It's all right. It's all right.
I love you. We all love you. We wear this badge for many reasons. This is the main reason. To reach those whom the devil thinks he got. He ain't got you. We got you, all right? Yeah. Good. All right. Come on.
When I got the call, it wasn't my call. I was just there to stop the traffic. And then a couple other officers who knew my position as a pastor, they asked me to come over and talk with the guy. And I just engaged him in conversation. Didn't know what I was going to say. Nothing was scripted. I just, Spirit of God, and just shared with him my heart. I did not want to see him jump. And at that time, I did not believe he was going to jump. I just felt within myself that God was going to spare his life, and he did.
Well, it goes on for a long time. How many? We only showed you 35 seconds. How long was the interaction?
The conversation lasted, the whole ordeal lasted about 40 minutes of just engaging him. There were times where, he was at the edge. I thought he might have jumped, and I was afraid, but I was praying, and God spared his life, and we connected, and as a result of that connection, he didn't jump, and that's what it's all about.
What was it like? And we're looking at that moment right now. I don't know if you have a monitor. When he walks to the bridge, walks away from the bridge and to you and hugs you. Can you describe that moment?
Oh my God, it was a prayer answered. I was relieved. Immediately after, I called my wife and I just broke down crying. It was overwhelming to me. It was a dramatic moment. It was a pivotal point in my life. And as that officer there you see talking, I just went and sat in my patrol car and just wept like a baby because I saw a miracle. To me, that was a miracle from God.
That's Jacksonville, Florida. That's what the men and women of law enforcement do. That's what they do. Think about this. This man felt so low. He was going to jump off the bridge. And the officer was able to talk him down. It took 40 minutes, but he saved a life. Law enforcement in America, the scapegoating of police, it has to stop. I'm referring to ICE, the feds, state troopers, local police, municipal police. It has to stop. 800-848-9222. Let's start with the telephone calls. And we all know I'm going to regret this, but let's start with line 5, Walter in Baltimore. Good morning, Walter. What's on your mind?
Yes. I think I'm going to start calling you Dominican because you're a third worldist. You don't believe in the rule of law. You don't believe in the American justice system. You believe in trashing the mayor. You're superior.
Are you on somebody's payroll? Are you on somebody's payroll, or are you just a straight-up communist?
Payroll.
Which one is
You're
it?
on someone's payroll.
Are you on somebody? Listen, this may be the very last time that you ever speak to me, so I suggest that you stop and listen long and hard to what I'm saying to you. You can ask some others that have been banned, okay? I know you don't have any life, and you call me every night. What, are you, a woman or something, stalking me? What's wrong with you, dude? You act like a chick. I mean, perhaps I shouldn't say that, but you act like a woman. Why are you always popping up when I'm on the air?
And why are your other
Excuse me. Don't answer a question with a question, Walter in Baltimore. Don't do that. So you feel that it's right for that officer to be suspended when the mayor's wife, nothing has been done to her, and she's an outright racist?
Yes, I call you.
Okay, so listen, I want to tell you something, Walter. Meet Mr. Click, effective right now. It is time for a break. We are coming right back.
It's Dominic Carter. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
We go. 800-848-9222. Line 4, Eddie in Babylon. Eddie, what's on your mind?
Dominic, I have a friend, Tommy. He's in the hospital right now. He's on a ventilator. He had leukemia, treated with stem cells twice, and like Rudy Giuliani. I don't know if he's as tough as Rudy, but my family told me, and it affected my medical career, where there's life, there's hope. And I what you've been through in your life and your book and everything, you've shown that, Dominic. And that's why I listen to you. And
well,
God bless
that's
Rudy.
nice. That's nice of you to say, Eddie. You know, it's interesting about life because I'm going to be straight with you here for a second.
Oh, you always are.
So I'm up against time. Time is not on my side. And I've got so many things that I want to do with my life. And this is why I don't understand jealousy. I really don't. Why am I going to sit and hate on the next man or woman? Let them run their race. Let me run my race. And so the only time that I don't like to focus on my life is, what am I trying to say? So you just hit a spot, right? So Sunday is Mother's Day, right? Mother's Day and Father's Day have always been tough holidays for me, right? So Saturday I'll be in Nutley, New Jersey, with my wife and my daughter. They're both mothers, obviously, and it'll be positive for them, but it's always been tough for me. Father's Day, to be straight with you, Eddie, and I'll let you finish your comment. Father's Day has never meant anything to me. And I don't know if I don't think I'm embarrassed by it, but I've never had a father in my life. And so it is what it is. You know, it's just that I look back, Eddie. So we hear, this is the way it sounds to me. Dun, 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 80% of black youth, there's no father in the house. And I'm like, and I think I started this trend. Of course I didn't start it years before me, and then with my mother having mental illness, so, my grandmother was my mother figure, and she never got to see me go to college. And so, I don't sit down and think about my life. I'm just busy running my race. What's your final point, Eddie, before I move on?
Well, God bless you, because like your father and your mother was a hole in your heart, Dominic.
So why are you getting emotional on me, man?
Well, because I had great parents, and I just wish you had that, because you're a great guy. That's all.
But you know what, Eddie? But you know what, Eddie? Maybe if I had a mother and a father, maybe I wouldn't be the guy on the radio with you right now. Maybe I wouldn't be able to resonate with the public in the way that I do. I mean, now, is that putting a positive spin on it? Absolutely. But, I do look back, Eddie, when Mother's Day and Father's Day rolls around, and it was always odd for me. And it was odd because if Mother's Day came around, my mother was often locked up in a state mental institution. And if Father's Day came around, he was never in the picture. And so my wife bumping into my father in Harlem has had more of an interaction with my father than I have. And my wife will tell you that I look just like him. But we can't spend the rest of our lives harping on negative things. Stay positive, Eddie. Don't get emotional. Stay positive, my brother. It is time for a break. We are coming right back.
Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
This a news account of this NYPD officer that went into the river, uniform and all, to save a woman, and then they were able to spot the cat in the water, and they go back in, risking their own lives to save a cat. It's unbelievable. And so this is from soundbite number 20 from Channel 4, New York.
84 Adam, she's in the water with a cat. Yeah, she's in the water.
Help is coming! We got NYPD! NYPD!
And so there you have it in terms of what happened there. No, she didn't. I am looking at my Twitter, at my X right now, Liz Rosenblatt. We're going right back to your telephone calls. A few minutes ago, I asked during the news segment, these riding horses and thoroughbred horses, and all I know is Yonkers Raceway that I used to drive past for years on the New York State Thruway, and every now and then you would see a race. So Liz says here, at Dominic TV, a talking horse may cost a little more than a racehorse. Check out this video. A horse is a horse, of course. And it says here, Mr. Ed theme song, lyrics on screen. But there's a problem, Liz. I can't open it. I tried to open it 3 or 4 times. But what was the theme song? Wait. Let's see. A horse is a horse, of course. Unless, what was the rest? Famous Mr. Ed. And you, that's all I remember. A horse is a horse, of course. And then you see Mr. Ed standing there right in the, there we go, standing there. There you go. Mr. Ed. There we go.
A horse is a horse, of course, and no one can talk to a horse, of course. That is, of course, unless the horse is the famous Mr. Ed. Go right to the source and ask the horse. He'll give you the answer that you endorse. He's always on a steady course. Talk to Mr. Ed. People yakety yak the street and waste your time
and day. But Mr. Ed will never, unless he has something to say.
A horse is a horse, of course, and this one will talk till his voice is hoarse. You never heard of a talking horse? Well, listen to this. I am Mr.
Ed. No, she didn't. Thank you, Liz Rosenblatt. But I'm told that these thoroughbred horses, they cost a ton of money. Let's go back to some of your telephone calls here. Let's go to Patrick in Indiana. I'm going back to Indiana. Here I come. Line 1, what's on your mind, Patrick?
Yes, I called in to answer the question you asked last night. You asked who is going to rescue New York, and the only one that can is President Trump.
Please, Patrick, please don't repeat that same talking line that you do every time you call. Okay, but I'm going to engage you tonight. Go ahead.
Okay. But,
the Constitution, right?
Don't,
President should take action, right?
The Constitution is Hollywood like you usually do.
Wait, what was that, Patrick?
The Constitution is the law of the land.
Right, but you say that
Hollywood.
Every time you call, Patrick.
Well, you always say it's Hollywood, whatever I say, and you don't respect the Constitution because you can't call it Hollywood and respect the Constitution.
Okay, but Patrick, with much love, my friend, you call up every time and you want to cite the Constitution and think that it has to be that way because of the Constitution. That's not modern day politics. I'm sorry. And it's open as it relates to the Constitution. Of course, it's open to interpretation. It shouldn't be, but it is. It is. Patrick, thank you for the call. Let's go to Dave, line 2, Hillsborough, New Jersey. Dave, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. First-time caller.
Wonderful.
Long-time listener. Love your show.
Thank you.
I'm waiting for Dominic to become the mayor of New York City next election, 2028.
No, not going to happen. Not going to happen, Dave. Not going to happen. New York, nor any other places. You're not ready for me. You're really not. Because those protesters last night, I swear to you, I would have turned my dogs loose from the NYPD. I swear to you. Oh, Mayor Carter sicked the dogs. Yes, he did. The officer fell, he slipped, and the dog bit 25 protesters. I'm sorry. I'll do a Mamdani. I'll just ignore the issue. Whatever. You want to ask about the dog biting the protesters? Mayor Carter, well, every time the anti-Semitic protesters get out there, it just happens that the police dogs are assigned there, and it just happens that the officer falls, and it just happens that the dogs bite 20 to 25 of those protesters. Anyway, go ahead, Dave.
One quick point about Tucker Carlson. Wanted to know what a Jew should feel about him these days.
Okay, all right. I'm not. That's not my cup of tea. Thank you, Dave. Thank you for the call. Let's go to Ed, line 3 in Westchester. Ed, what's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic. I just wanted to comment about Ted Turner. I think he was an amazing visionary, and this guy was so amazing that he created a doomsday video for CNN, and I don't know if you know this, but it was set
I didn't know that part.
Oh yeah. It was something that was held back. Nobody knew about it. It was in the archives. Then one of his staff people discovered it in 2015, and it was set to be played at the end of the world. And it's an orchestra out in the middle of the field playing Holier Than God or something like that. And it was designed to be played at the very end of the world. How amazing is that? That anyone would even think of that, of doing something like that.
Well, I know when he was around, a lot of people thought he was nuts, but he was a visionary. That is Ted Turner. I mean, think about this. Ed. To buy, what do they call it, an ultra band TV station, and then to buy the Atlanta Braves that were awful at the time, and to put their games on TV, and then to buy, I mean, we all act like 24-hour news has always been around. No, it hasn't. Ted Turner brought this to us. And why did he do it? Because he said, remember, and I thought about this tonight, there was a time that if you got home at 7 p.m., you missed the news. And you had to wait until 11. We now know that's not the case. You can get news on your phone. You can record things. And by the way, folks, I got the emails and the texts when you said podcasts weren't uploaded. It's not my department, but I have forwarded the emails. Ed, thank you for the great call. But you know what? What also stood out to me in terms of what Ted Turner did, that really stood out to me today. And it's the way I'm going to try and start living my life. Because I don't have time to lick my wounds and feel sorry for myself. That's just not me. I didn't know that Ted Turner's father committed suicide, but that his father taught him, you set your goals so high that it's almost impossible to meet them. So that's what I'm going to do starting today. And I recommend you do the same as well. Set my goals so high that it's impossible to achieve them, but I'm going to get there the same way that Ted Turner got there. Visionary. Absolute visionary. Dominic Carter here with you, 800-848-9222. Line 4, Mike in Poughkeepsie. Mike, what's on your mind? Hello, Mike. Going once, going twice. Mike is done. Now, folks, when you miss your spot, don't call back because I'm not going back to you. If you missed the spot, that's it. Feliciano, I believe Feliciano, and the Catskills, line 5. What's on your mind?
Hey, Dominic, we were talking the other night about the 14-year-old in California with the e-motorcycle that killed the teacher there.
The substitute teacher, Vietnam veteran, the old man, 81 years old.
Yes, and you had another case talking about his mother shouldn't be charged with anything.
Right.
And I was saying that he's crazy because if my 14-year-old child breaks your windshield, I have to pay for that. The first mistake his mother did was bought him the e-motorcycle, knowing that he shouldn't have had it. The second mistake she did was didn't supervise him while he was riding it. And because of her irresponsibility and his irresponsibility, a human life was taken. Of course her ass should be charged, and so should he. And again, I want to thank God for the Giuliani family. Mr. Giuliani is doing well and out of the hospital. And also, I agree with the NYPD captain. Maldani can't take it. He's telling it like it is. When you see trash, you talk about it. That's it, Dominic. I'm not going to hold you up. I know you guys have a call.
No, listen, I really appreciate your call. Thank you. Thank you for the call. Notice I haven't really talked about Mom Donnie this hour because I'm trying to calm down. He's still the mayor, no matter what we do. He's leading us over a cliff. I see, and Feliciano, you went there. I wasn't going to mention Mom Donnie, but you did. And now you're getting me worked up. The truth is, by all accounts, the man is anti-Semitic. Look at the wife, Miss Israel, in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. The weekend. She goes in there. Who happens to be in there? The mayor's wife. They have coffee. They're sitting next to each other. They're having a great conversation, according to Miss Israel, until she told the city's first lady that she was Miss Israel. And then the mayor's wife, her tone changed. Then she didn't want to have a conversation. So I spent time during the 3 p.m. show discussing Mom Donnie in terms of what he's doing to the city and chasing the billionaires away. But you know what also happened over the weekend? I want you to listen to this. Kevin O'Leary on Fox Business, right? Remember, just last weekend, Spirit Airlines, gone, poof. Kevin O'Leary had this to say.
Bail out private companies like Spirit.
Never. Capitalism works, America works, the economy's worked for 250 years because the winners win and the losers lose. The protein is never lost, Stuart. Think of Spirit Airlines as a dead fish. It's now drifting to the bottom of the ocean. The slugs will eat the protein and reprocess it into the environment, which is the economy. The reason Spirit failed, it was poorly managed. We don't want to back up weak managers. These are losers. And when they get to zero, which Spirit did, the good protein left in the business is taken over by the better managers, the airlines that are actually active. Those routes will be absorbed, those employees will be employed, the good ones. And so you've got this constant recreation of success. And that's really what we have to stay on. Now, when you get the government involved in bailing out a loser, you don't just do airlines. Every guy and his dog with a loser company with weak management is going to put their hand up. And I'm in Washington, D.C. right now. There's a lot of ducks downstairs here squawking for government money. But they shouldn't get any of it. Well, that's the whole point.
What do you say about Intel?
Let them go win it in the environment, the economy they're competing in.
Well, what do you say about Intel? Trump put a lot of money into Intel.
I was so against that deal, and I'm on the record with you. Yeah. I hate that deal. Absolutely hate it. That thing should have been sold for car parts a long time ago. Now, maybe they're getting government contracts, which is even worse, to keep them afloat. And I know the stock's moved up, but that is not an excuse to do this again. Let losers die. It's like a grandmother on the bed. She wants you to pull out the tubes. She wants to go. And we just don't let it happen. Let them die. Let the losers die. It's a theme I think everybody should be harping on. Sing together on this one.
You're on dangerous ground with this one, so I'm going to move on.
So Kevin O'Leary declaring, let Spirit go. All I can tell you, Spirit Airlines, it's done. All I can tell you, folks, it's not politically correct. Not politically correct. I don't know about you, but have you ever run into one of these airport employees? Let's just say her name is Keisha. Have you ever run into one of those employees? I have, and it's a disaster. So maybe Kevin O'Leary is right. The good employees will get jobs elsewhere. The Keishas of the world, good luck with that. Time for a break. We are coming right back.
It's Dominic Carter. Now, from New York City to the world, it's Dominic Carter.
So we have some challenging times. I stand by my point that we've got to stop demonizing law enforcement. You know what, folks? All across the country, no matter what city you're listening to us in right now, there are police officers in patrol cars on duty right now. 911 calls will come in and they won't hesitate in the dark of night to respond, because that's what they do. They've got our backs, and we have to have their backs. It really is that simple. It really is that simple. You know, I try my best to focus on positive things. I really do. But I've had it with this migrant situation. I really have. I am so through with it. I don't understand how they're here, why they get our money, why I get telephone calls with people telling me that they don't have food to eat, that they can't barely pay their rent, and migrants, the government's paying hotels bills for them for $200, $300, $400. I don't get it. But yet another case of an American citizen murdered by an illegal alien. And guess what, President? They were led into the country by, of course, the Biden administration.
A Ludowici father driving along Old Augusta Road South passed away after another car crossed the center line and struck his vehicle. The Department of Homeland Security says the suspect crossed into the country illegally through the southern border back in December of 2023. A deadly head-on crash claimed the life of a Ludowici father, Michael Sharp, Friday just after 5 p.m. His wife, Crystal, didn't realize she was hearing it as it happened.
I was on the phone with him when it happened, actually. So I didn't know what was going on at first. When it happened, it just sounded like his earpiece was messing up.
The suspect, Jana May Joy Jan Su Soy, Homeland Security says, came into the country illegally back in December of 2023. They say in part, quote, he was released into the country under the Biden administration completely unvetted. He failed to show up to his immigration proceedings, and an immigration judge issued him a final order of removal just 2 weeks before the crash. Effingham County Sheriff's Office said once they took the suspect to the hospital, he began acting unstable.
He was acting erratic at the hospital due to being an illegal alien and facing deportation.
And then when we found out that the guy was drunk and that he was an illegal immigrant and wasn't even supposed to be in this country.
You know, folks, I'm tired of hearing these stories. I'm tired of hearing widows, wives, daughters, sons, heartbroken because these savages come into the country. It is what it is.
77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.